Record. Hmm.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our live session of Time Out Cricket Podcast. And today we had such a nail-biting finisher today. So, Rajasthan Royals and Delhi Capitals. Vishujay, I'm going to start first with Chris Morris. Worth the wait? Worth the money?
Again, yes, definitely because today, see, I would say because he got a much bigger buck. The bowling, I thought today the pitch, it aided the seamers quite a lot. The
Right.
pitch today aided, it has some grass and it aided the spinners, sorry, pacers quite a lot, the seamers. I thought Chris Morris was very disappointing at the bowling, to say the least. Jaydev Unadkat, that young guy, Chetan Shakaria, if I'm naming him correctly, was outstanding. They were outstanding. Chris Morris could have done better, but again, he made more than enough with the bat. But again, don't to, not to forget, this thing would not have been possible without that knock by Killer Miller. David Miller laid the foundation because at one time Rajasthan were done and dusted. I guess after the 10th over mark, they were somewhere around 50 for 4 or 5. So I remember they needed somewhere around more than 90 in the back 10 overs. So I thought Miller brought down the chase and Chris Morris did best with the last 30. But again, Tom Curran is not your death bowler. Come on. If you give Tom Curran that job to defend 12, 13 runs, is very difficult for him. And that too with the due and all means, I thought Tom Curran was Tom Curran, it's he is not even your frontline pacer. So
Right.
I guess once Andrew Nore, like I would like to tell the viewers that South African pacer Andrew Nore, so he had a gave a false positive result for the COVID test. Okay, so he returned the first test negative, second
Hmm.
test was positive, and the third test was negative. So
Hmm.
out of precaution, he was kept in isolation so that a few more tests will be done and then he can join the bio bubble. So I guess when he comes back, he can definitely join the team with the in place of Curran. But I thought again, Delhi team was totally disbalanced today with lack of batting. They left out
Right.
Hetmaya in the top. They made a
Hmm.
bowling heavy. I thought somewhere or the other, the middle order they lacked a batsman.
Now, there is one question before I move on to my question. I want to take one question from our audience. Ananjan Chatterjee, he said, not taking anything away from the finish from Chris Morris. Don't you think it was very ordinary that bowling by KG? I think Kagiso Rabada and Tom
And
Curran.
Tomka.
I just want to
See,
answer this
yes.
question. One point I want to add in this question. No, it's a kind of a reply. I never felt like if you look at Tom Curran, I never felt Tom Curran taking him out from that England condition, the English conditions we have. Tom Curran was not effective. I never seen him too much effective. Sam Curran is, but Tom Curran in bits and pieces he's good, but if you talk about the Indian condition, I never seen him good. I never. He played for KKR as well, if you remember Bishaja.
See, I will tell you, we just coming back to what Mr. Ananjan said, led the question. See, Kagiso Rabada is the designated death bowler for Delhi Capitals. Last year, year before, round and about, he did that. Today, what was disappointing, he was not nailing the Yorkers. He was going length, length, length. Okay, even if you see Chris Morris missed two balls, I say after hitting the first ball for six, he missed second and the third ball. So those were also length ball. He missed them. I thought Kagiso Rabada could have gone with Yorkers, but again, it's very easy to say in the studio or in your home. But Kagiso Rabada is your designated dead bowler. Today, he might have an off day. But Tom Curran, this is his normal working day. This is the normal working day of Tom Curran. Like as you said, Avik, even in any ODIs or T20s with TC played, I have never seen him winning matches by his bowling. As you said, yes,
Exactly.
Sam Curran is more
Exactly.
effective with the left hand swing. I don't think because see when I saw Tom Curran being given that ball at the last over, it was 80-20, 80% to Rajasthan.
Exactly, because I think it was in the 18th over he was bowling. He was all of his deliveries were length. Only that one single delivery, that was Yorker, where that Jaydev Unadkat got that inside edge and he appealed for LBW. Apart from that, all the deliveries what he bowled, I think Chris Morris was not able to connect at that particular point of time. But later on, he showed he can easily clear him off. So
See,
yeah, I
if you just go back, Chris Morris at his prime, he was a big tonker of the ball. He won you
right,
matches with his batting also. So, you know, all the big bucks for Chris Morris comes with his reputation. He
right.
has a big reputation of a finisher as a batsman, as a bowler.
So one of our viewers just said, Gaming Bebo said, yeah, Morris played a very good innings finally. Yeah, fine, because a lot of expectation was there with Chris Morris because of his higher price tag, not about anything else, but for that price tag he got this year. So Rajasthan Royals will be like today a little bit happy because
See, I will tell you a
I
week,
don't know,
Rajasthan Royal should have won both the matches.
right,
Unfortunately, that last hit by Sanju Samson went to the hand. Okay, today's match, yes, they won, but again, it was poor batting by both the side. It was poor batting. You cannot say that this Wankhede pitch is a 120, 150 pitch. It was definitely not 220, but it was somewhere around 170, 180. It was poor batting. I thought Delhi missed the trick by not playing Steve Smith in this condition. I thought so. You know what they should have means what they did. They thought it will be a similar 220 wicket. We don't need
hmm
so many batsmen. Our bowlers will do the job. But what
hmm
if when it rains, you need that umbrella man? When it
right,
rains, you need that middle order to save you. Today, when
hmm
the openers fail, DC they were found wanting. If not for that fiery knock of Rishabh Pant, he got run out at the wrong time. Delhi would have ended with much lower scores.
Okay, I have one. I have, rather, we have two questions from two viewers
Okay.
again from Gaming Bebo. Do you think that Morris should promote up to the order or not? And which place does Miller bat for the next match? So, Morris, I think Morris is okay in this position. What do you
See,
say,
don't
Vishiga?
be too greedy. Don't be too greedy. Don't
Right.
be too greedy. I feel Morris is best when he needs somewhere around say 30 from 20, 30 from 18.
Like today's
That
condition. Like today's condition.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Leave him for that.
Right.
I thought Rajasthan's batting order was okay. Means I didn't have any such worry for that. Only thing is that you need to sort out one batsman, Shivam Dubey. Like if he is not bowling for you, and if he is just batting for giving you 5-10 runs, that too in one KD. This is not a chip off. This is one KD where batsman gets run. Then you need to look at some other players, I guess so. Because Shivam
And
Dubey cannot be giving you 1 over or 2 over and give you 5-10 runs. Yes, Ovi.
right. One thing, another thing I would like to add, like Shivam Dubey had no footwork at all. He's like standing stiff. He's not moving. He's not doing anything. And he was eventually that particular dismissal of Shivam Dubey. If you like rewatch it again and again, you can easily find out the fault. He was just standing and just moved his bat like this. So definitely it
I
could
guess
be an edge. He's not
instead
going
of
to the
Shivam
bowling.
Dubey, they can play that one more youngster they have, Mahipal Lomro. He is
Lomro.
a good youngster. Yeah, Mahipal. And I don't understand why is not Rajasthan playing Kartik Tyagi. I guess Kartik Tyagi is there in the team. They could play Kartik Tyagi. So yeah, they can see instead of Shivam Dubey, they can go with Mahipal Romle because that way Shivam Dubey, I cannot like he is not adding any weight with the absence of Ben Stokes.
Right. And the second question we didn't answer. And which place does Miller bat for the next match?
No,
I
no,
think the
Miller
same.
position is okay. Miller should be your
Right.
number four somewhere around. Miller should
So
be your number four.
right, this is our opinion that both Chris Morris and Miller are playing in the same position next match. Okay, next let's move on to the next question we have from Ananjan Chatterjee once again. Don't you think Kagiso Rabada was even facing difficulty with the dew coming in? I would add one point in this particular reply. Um, Kagiso Rabada, we have to keep one thing in mind. He just came out of the quarantine and played for his first match. So definitely he was in South Africa. He was playing against Pakistan. Then he came back, came into India, went through that biobubble and quarantine thing. Uh, it's tough for the player, it is
See,
very
I will
tough
tell you,
to
Ovi, tell me
all
one
of a sudden.
bowler, t- tell me one international bowler who doesn't face problem while bowling in the deep. You cannot master that art. There's nothing to master. You cannot. You take a bar of soap in your hand. You take a bar of wet soap and try to throw it precisionly at a particular point. You will struggle.
Right.
So see, I don't want to blame Rabada or anyone else. This is the rule of the road. You can't help. Only thing is that Rabada should have ball Yorkers. I guess so. Because of the due, he was not confident because that Yorker might have finished with say a waist height full toss or something. So he was, bowling those half volleys. I thought so.
Let's not be too harsh on Kagiso Rabada because this is his first match. He just came out of the quarantine.
Absolutely.
I think you remember what happened to Pat Cummins last year. He was just forced to play in the first match just out of the quarantine, and
And
he didn't
also,
perform well.
yeah, and
Next match,
also
he showed his
Rabada
wonder.
and Rabada had the, like he was short-sighted with the due. And I see again. I don't hold that there is not much fall of Delhi bowlers. Rather, the DC bowlers kept them in the game. Rabada, even yeah, Chris Wokes, they kept them in the game. I think the batting was very disappointing. Top three was very disappointing, and Delhi's team selection was very odd. You cannot go thinking that okay, the pitch will do things for us. I will go with a light batting lineup. So I think their batting was found wanting.
So I think we are done with the discussion of Rajasthan Royals and Delhi Capitals. There is no more questions from the
Only thing,
audience.
I would like to one thing I would like to add. I was having a
Yes.
discussion with someone. Everyone after that first knock of Sanju Samsung went gaga that he should find a place in the Indian team. This that Sanju Samson is a very talented player, but talent doesn't win you matches. You need consistency. Virat Kohli became Virat Kohli because of consistency. Rohit Sharma became Rohit Sharma because of consistency. See, Sanju Samson cannot be hot one day, cold for 2 3 matches, and again be hot one day. So I want Sanju Samson to be that consistent performer at the top because that is his biggest Achilles heel. I will tell you. So I was looking forward for Sanju Samson's inning. Even in this chase where the run rate pressure is not there, he could have made easily a run of ball 50. That would have been sufficient.
But can we
So
really blame today's batsmen, top order batsmen, because both the teams faltered, both the top orders
yeah,
faltered,
but yeah,
and the middle order,
both
middle order took away the cake. So I don't
see
think today that there were
no, no,
some
no, but
problem
yeah,
with pitch.
it was really faulty batting by top orders from both the teams. I think so.
Right.
Because so I thought Sanju Samson could have been like you cannot be that one match wonder or that boy wonder he will play. See, I told in my team preview, Sanju Samson makes some wonderful squashbuckling 30 35s and then gets out. That's what I'm saying. You cannot make see you need to be consistent. That's what I'm saying. So yes, Ovi. So today's match we have seen tomorrow CSK versus Punjab.
Punjab, PBKS. So
PBKS.
yeah, so let's look into this match. Punjab, I think they lost one. They won the first match. Chennai didn't. Now they're facing again. So take away what we can take away from this whole thing.
See, Chennai, the batting is not an issue because see, the Chennai last match they played batting till number 11. The number 11 was Deepak Chahar and he can also hit some long balls. Only thing is that in Wankhede, how good can CSK adapt? Because remember,
Right.
their bowling is more precise towards the slower pitches because CSK don't have an out and out fast bowler. They
Hmm.
rely on the slower balls of Bravo,
Hmm.
Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur is there.
Hmm.
Uh, I would be more interested to see if they bring in Lungi and Giddy for that match. I think he's out of isolation.
Hmm.
That will be means that we need to see because CSK looking at the team, their bowling is a bit worrisome.
Right. And again, the batting, I like if you look at Suresh Raina, if you take him out of that equation, again, I don't see much of the batting as well. So that will be another concern for CSK if the top order and the middle order perishes very quickly. So this
Yes,
is one
definitely.
thing.
They definitely. Again, see tomorrow, if you say on paper, I guess Punjab has slight edge because of their battings. Punjab has a lot of big hitters. With
Hmm.
Mohammad Shami added to their bowling lineup, Mohammad Shami and so their batting look. Only thing is that I guess Punjab can play. I guess Ishan Podel is there with that team. Ishan Podel.
Punjabi, right? Yeshan
Yes,
Pore.
they have. Yeah, Ishan Podel is a very good pacer. They can try him out. I guess so. Ishan Podel, and also I guess the looking at that Punjab middle order, they need to find place for David Malan. They need to find. Why I'm saying Punjab again, their middle order, see Nicholas Puran and all, the consistency is the problem. David Milan is a consistent batsman. David Milan. So I think David Milan, they should find a place for him.
Okay, I have a question from the audience. I think this is regarding today's match. From Shogota Sen. Seeing RR
Huh.
bowling slower balls at Wankhede today, it gives some hope to the likes of Bravo. So, yeah, this is one point.
Absolutely. Mr. Sen has again said that looking at the slower ball of Mustafizur or even Jaydev Unatkar, it might give some hope to Bravo. But again, if CSK is bowling second with the due, I don't guess the slower ball because today we saw Tom Curran was unable to nail the slower ball. So again, slower ball in 1K doesn't add much of a value. Today, yes, initially it aided that, but if CSK balls second, I don't think it will help Bravo much. In the again, Bravo, the slower ball is of value if your faster ball is there. If Bravo has lost that pace, initially Bravo used to bowl 135, 140s, and then a slower ball at 100 used to come. If your speed is 100, 115, then that slower ball doesn't add value. So yeah, let's see tomorrow if Bravo balls CSK balls first, so it can be useful.
Okay, so we have another question again from Gaming Bebo. What are the problems that CSK should overcome in their next match? So, problem, there are so many problems to discuss about CSK. First is the top order, definitely. Second is the middle order, and third, they're bowling. So, there's a lot of problems to cover
See
up.
again, I would say
But let's talk
CSK
about the
look
prime problem. Let's talk about the prime problem. Bishajai, which will be the prime problem you want to point out?
of CSK.
Yes, of
See,
CSK.
CSK looking in the CSK lineup, they are heavily dependent in the middle order towards Sam Curran, Ravindra Jadeja, Mahinder Singh Dhoni, Dwayne Bravo. Now, to
Right.
be very realistic, guys, let's be very realistic. Mahinder Singh Dhoni is at 40-41.
Hmm.
He has lost the reflexes. With all due
Hmm.
respect to him, he has lost the reflexes, and we are not blaming him. He has
Hmm.
41.
Hmm.
So I don't think he can tongue that well now. So with Sam Curran, Ravi Jadeja, and how good is Dwayne Bravo right now after the injury? That is a
Hmm.
big another big question mark. So CSK, right? CSK's the major problem is the middle order. Somewhere or the other, they need to see top order is okay with Fab Duplessis, Rituraj Gaikwad, and Suresh Raina. I think more or less it is settled. Top order. Coming to number 4, 5, 6, that is a bit of a worry. Definitely, that is bit of a worry. And looking at the team they have, CSK is missing one genuine fast bowler.
Hmm. So, one last question about CSK that eventually comes up again and again and again. I don't want to disappoint my audiences as well who are watching. Maybe they are not asking this question, but you can understand which question I'm coming into. Yes, Vishujai, I don't want to ask you the question. Please go ahead, Mr. Dhoni.
See, again, Obi, we need to understand. As I said, last season we saw MS Dhoni was unable to connect some balls and he was unable to finish those chases.
Right.
This time also in the first match it was quite evident because see again we don't blame anything. He's 41. Now you cannot expect that reflex which he had 5 years earlier to be there now. But that call CSK needs to take. Like, see, KKR dropped out Sunil Naren. Now, Sunil Naren is an emotional factor for any KKR fans. You can ask them. But with a heavy heart, we knew Sunil Naren with his bowling prowess is gone. Batting, his bits and pieces now. So KKR dropped him. I guess CSK is playing Dhoni because of the leadership role, because of the glove work. But again, then they are playing one batsman less, and then the other batters, the
Hmm.
work is more difficult for them.
True.
So
True.
that is a big that is a big ask for any CSK batter.
Exactly. We have another question. So from Ananjan once again. If Malan has to find a place, whom do you think to rest a bit, Gale or Puran? I will say Puran. Anytime, Puran.
See, again, yes, Chris Gale is your X factor. Puran is also a X factor, but I guess looking at the team composition of Punjab, it's better, not even Gale or Puran. I would rest one more player. I would rest Riley Meredith. I would
Meredith.
rest Riley Meredith, bring in Ishan Porel, play David Malan in place of, I guess, any one of the batsmen which the Indian batter they have.
Mhm.
See, for me, it's very simple. You need to find place for Malan. If Puran gives you that hit at the end, let him play. So they can have Gale, Puran, Malan, and they can go with Jai Richardson, and they can have, see, Punjab has very good arsenal of fast bowling. They have Mohammad Shami, Ishan Porel, Jai Richardson, Riley Meredith,
And also
Arshdeep, Arshdeep Singh.
Arshdeep.
Yes. So I guess, see, Riley Meredith, I don't think he adds that much of an edge to the bowling. He doesn't add that. He's not a Pat Cummins or a Kagis or a Bada. So instead of playing Riley Meredith, they can, yeah, definitely go for Malan, because see, again, Punjab, they need to have solidity in the batting.
One thing I just want to add that rather uh, putting Chris Gale in number three, I think he should come in the top order. He should
That
face the first
that we
ball. I
discussed
don't
in the team
understand.
preview.
Yeah, exactly, it
Chris
doesn't make
Gale,
sense. It
see,
doesn't make
again,
sense.
Mayank Agarwal and right now KL Rahul are taking some balls to get set. Chris Gale can come and hit from ball number one. You need Christopher Henry Gale as an opener. See, if Chris Gale is playing at middle order, then you can better drop Gale and go with some other batsman or play an international bowler.
True,
So I guess
true.
Chris Gale should open, and they can give number three to Mayank Agarwal. What is the harm over there? They can give
I
number.
think
See,
number three can be given easily to David Malan, and what the composition you just said, just play Ishan Porel or and remove Riley Meredith. It can be easily done. I don't know.
easily.
I think Anil Kumble. I don't know whether Anil Kumble is directly taking the decision or not, but if you look, he's the coach, right? So we have to talk about him. So Anil Kumble, I don't know, he's not looking forward. You are benching the world's number one T20 batsman of current time and playing somebody like Mayank Agarwal on the top
Again,
order. Again, dropping Chris Gale in number three. Doesn't make
see,
sense.
again, I guess their batting lineup can be, if they want, they can give Rahul Gale as opener. If they want, they can bring Mayank at three. I'm okay with that. Or they can give David Malan at three, Mayank at four, or and Nicholas Puran at the fag end. And they can, and later part, they can have those bowlers and all and rest of the players. Deepak Huda is also there. So
Hmm.
their batting, because see, why I'm saying this thing, every day Deepak Huda or Nicholas Puran will not play cameos. But
Right.
you can expect a proper 30 to 40 from a David Malan.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. David Malan should find place in that. I don't know. If you need to drop someone, means whenever you make a team, you first select who are your number one, two, three, four, five, six, like that. Say for KKR knows that my team will start with Owen Morgan. So similarly, Punjab needs to understand who are the first choice of first three foreigners. So I guess they should play David Malan hands down.
So enough of discussion with for two matches. Let's directly come to the prediction. Whom do you think tomorrow's match? Probable winner.
Right now, the trend in IPL is that barring SRH, every team has opened their account. Tomorrow,
Right.
my mind says Punjab, but my heart and guts feel gut. If you ask me my prediction, my gut, if I go with my gut, not the analyst Bishwajoy, but the guy, a fan, who goes with his gut, CSK. My gut is saying CSK, but if I go on paper, calculate all the stats and everything, then Punjab, but my gut is saying CSK. Now let's see whether my gut is correct or no.
Okay, let's hope for the best. Even I want CSK to win one match because of definitely for Dhoni because that's the emotional
One more
factor.
one more thing I will tell you. One more thing I will tell you. Looking at the Punjab team composition,
Hmm.
I believe CSK can bring in Imran Tahir.
Yeah,
CSK can bring in
they
Imran
can.
Tahir.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying, See, someone like the Punjab team, they rely on the pace on the ball. Most of the players, whether it is David Malan, Chris Gale, KL Rahul, most of the players, apart from Mayank Agarwal, they like pace on the ball. So I would definitely bring him Imran Tahir, and I would give 2 overs in the power play, or at least 1 over in the power play to Imran Tahir.
Fine. Let's hope that Chennai opens their account tomorrow, or maybe Punjab will win back-to-back matches. But I think Punjab has slight edge compared to what CSK have. But again, for Dhoni, for Dhoni. So that's all from our live session for today. If you liked our session, please hit a like and also hit the subscribe button for
So, Ovik,
more.
just before we go, just a small topic I thought of discussing because of
Yes,
the discussion escaped my mind. Just couple of minutes of that. Babar Azam, right now he's the number one ODI batsman.
right, right.
And yeah, right now in Twitter, I find there is a lot of keyboard battle. I say this keyboards battle between India and Pakistan. Indian fans, Pakistani fans, and we all are very emotional with the game. Just
Very.
my 2 cents on this matter is that Babar Azam is an excellent batsman. See, you need to have talent to be number one in ODIs. You need to have talent. He is an excellent batsman. He is right now doing for Pakistan what Sachin did for India in the 90s. He himself is carrying that entire batting burden of Pakistan on his shoulder. Okay. So he's an excellent batsman. But my 2 cents to this thing is that, as I said earlier, the opposition, the skill set of the opposition is a bit fragile. So somewhere or the
We
other, this number one ranking, everyone is taking with a pinch of salt.
But again, we have discussed the same thing in our video where we discussed that funny incident between the Fakhar Zaman and
Quinton de
Quentin
Kock.
de Kock. Yeah. So in that video as well, we have discussed the same thing that Bawar Azam need to play more AAA teams rather than playing again and again with Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka. So that is something we have already discussed. Again, Pakistan board needs to take strong decisions, so that
Exactly.
their team plays with proper A level team, not with teams who are like languishing down the order. No offense to Zimbabwe, they were a very good team, but right now they are not, very honestly. And Pakistan is playing again and again against them. So ranking is good, but ranking always doesn't say the story, because you know it doesn't happen that way. But again, fine.
Exactly. Ranking
We have
ranking
one
depends.
question. We have one
Okay.
question. We have one question from
Yes,
Shovik
please.
Das. What will the playing 11 for tomorrow match? Your opinion, Vishajay. What will be the playing 11?
See, for tomorrow's match, playing 11 for CSK, I would go with Rituraj Gaikwad.
Hmm.
I would, instead of playing Fab Duplessis as an opener, I might play Moeen Ali as an opener
Okay.
because I want to bring in Imran Tahir.
Okay.
So I see again. It's as per me. So I would go with Rituraj Gaikwad, Moeen Ali, Suresh Raina. Then we can then down the line we can have one more their Indian one any one of the Indian batsmen which I would give it one more that is the Jagdishan. He had an
In
excellent
Jagdishan.
Shahid Mustaq N Jagdishan. After Suresh, I would bring in N Jagdishan, then Sam Curran, Dwayne Bravo, Jadeja, Dhoni, and bowlers are Imran Tahir, Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar. I guess that's it.
We are definitely planning something with the My 11 thing, the fantasy league. We are going to share our team thoughts as well very soon. We are just planning things right now. Once we start with that, we are going to give daily prediction regarding the team composition and that fantasy team composition as well. So we are planning on that. So please stay tuned and please check our live sessions, because next within next couple of days we are going to start off with those predictions as well.
Sure.
So I think we are done for today. Thank you, Shovik, for the question as well. I think you got your answer. I think he was talking about Chennai only, right? Because
I okay,
I think
fine. For Punjab also, I'm giving the team
Punjab, yeah,
just
yeah, right.
Punjab form. If you ask me again, it's Chris Gale, Rahul, Mayank. For me again, it's David Mala, Nicholas Puran, Deepak Huda, have to see whether we can. Yeah, Deepak Huda is there, and then I would go with the bowlers. Then I would go with
Mohammad
Ishan
Shami,
Porel, Mohammad
Mohammad.
Shami, Jai Richardson, and Arshdeep is there.
Okay, fine. So I think Shobik Dash is content with our team again. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. Again, as I was just about to say when the questions popped up, please subscribe to our channel for daily contents, something like this. And yes, if you have to say anything, please use the comment box. Our live session records are also available in on YouTube. So please go through those live videos as well. And if you have anything to say, please share your thoughts on the comment box. Thank you very much, Bishujai. Thank you again. We are going to meet
Bye. Take
tomorrow
care.
with all our audiences. Bye. Good night.
Bye.